This is how you build a maxed out Supermoto, but on a budget. We're gonna keep track of all the costs and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how much everything costs. I started by taking the rims off, and my initial thought was that I wanted to use the same sprocket that I had on my enduro wheels because I wanted to keep the cost down, but then this happened. Oh my god, I just destroyed the tool. And because of that, I instead just bought a brand new sprocket. And the cost of this sprocket was 59 euros. And the bike that we're transforming is a KTM 450 EXE 2021. When going for a cheap Supermoto build, there are still some main things that I think is very important. One of them is the braking system. Even though I want to keep the costs down, I think it's extremely important to have good brakes both for the front wheel and the rear wheel. Now there are two different options. For the front brake, I could go for the expensive version, the MotoMaster Racing Kit. It costs 1,200 euros. Or I could go for the cheaper alternative, or a regular 320mm brake disc and adapter, and that one costs 140 euros instead. So this time I went for the cheaper alternative, strictly because I get a ton of more braking power, but I don't have to spend a ton of money. When choosing rims, there is a ton of different options. My favorite rims is the Alpina rims, SM Pro rims, and the Bold rims. The Alpina rim starts at 2,000 euros, SM Pro 1,050, and Bold rims at 799 euros. Since I'm not gonna go crazy on jumps, ride stairs every day, I feel like the Bold rims will be good enough for my style of riding. They're also the least expensive rims, which is perfect for this build. We got the sprocket, the 320mm front brake, and the Supermoto rims. And the total cost is now at 998 euros. Now I'm gonna give you guys a quick tip. When you unscrew stuff, screw them back into their place, and then when I'm gonna put on the new plastics, I know where the screws are, because otherwise it's super easy to lose screws. We gotta get a new seat cover. Luckily, I just started making seat covers myself. I bought this tailoring machine for like $4,000. Let's make a dope seat cover for this bike. I lifted the tank up and it was super dirty, so I quickly cleaned it up, and after that it was time for the fun part, the graphics kit. This is where the fun part begins. We got the bike here, we got the seat cover finished. I went with white on white, white ribs, white base, white everything. To this bike, I said that I was gonna do something nice, so we have purple chrome graphics. Just check this out. Oh my god, it's gonna be crazy. Let's just start installing the graphics kit. This is what I always do. I pull down the backing paper a little bit, then I just take a scissor and cut off this piece. So I don't remove the whole backing paper when I install the graphics kit. Then I'm able to line it up exactly how it's supposed to be lined up, because otherwise I would have to pull off the whole graphic if I were to do something wrong. So this is much easier. Now when choosing a graphics kit, there are many different companies out there, but my favorite company is Bold. They have a ton of different pre-made designs that starts at 229 euros. I still felt that I wanted this bike to be a little bit premium, but I still didn't want to spend a ton of money. So for this bike, we still chose the full chrome print, which is 348 euros. Now a quick plug, if you guys want to buy this exact graphics kit, I'll put a link in the description. It's a little bit more expensive than a regular semi-custom graphics kit, but every time you do purchase it, you support me and help out this channel. And the total is now at 1,346 euros. I removed these ugly stickers because it made no sense to have them on the bike. The three next things that I'm adding to my bike is a carbon tank cover, a LED headlight, and an FMF silencer. There are a ton of different carbon parts that you can buy for your bike, but if you can only choose one, I would always go for the tank cover, simply because you will always have carbon in front of you when you ride your bike, and it removes that ugly looking color of the tank that you otherwise would have to see. Now when it comes to the headlight, it's one of the first things that you see when a bike is driving towards you, so I recommend upgrading the headlight instead of using the original one. There are a ton of different options out there, ranging from 50 euros up to over 300 euros. The one that I went with is from Bold, and it's 84 euros. Why I like this headlight is because it's tinted and it's a LED light, so this was a great option to just get rid of that ugly looking original headlight. But I'm sure there are even cheaper options out there. For the silencer, I found this used FMF silencer, and I just knew that I had to have it on my bike. When doing a cheap Supermoto build, I usually would not recommend buying a silencer if you buy it completely brand new, but if you buy it used, as long as you don't damage it, you can always sell it and get your money back. When choosing silencer, there are a ton of different options, but my favorite three brands are Akrapovic, FMF, and Yoshimura. The FMF silencer set me back 300 euros, the headlight 84 euros, and for the carbon tank, I used an old one that I had on another bike, but we're gonna add 165 euros because that's how much I would have paid if I bought it used. Brakes are the most important part of the bike, so I got a MotoMaster rear brake disc, MotoMaster brake pads, and since my chain was worn out, I also got a MotoMaster chain. I have never liked the original foot pegs, so I always replace them. This blacked out one cost around 50 euros, and I ordered it from eBay. Here you can see a comparison between the old and the new brake pads, and honestly, there was a lot left on the old brake pads, but it's always just a nice feeling having completely new brake pads, because it's the thing that's gonna save me whenever I do a wheelie. Something that I love to do on my bikes is cleaning up the swing arm. Here I'm using a thing called Scotch-Brite. You just have to go back and forth a couple of times and it's gonna look so much better than before. Just check this out, because if I'm gonna rebuild a bike, I can't just leave the swing arm looking like this. I just go back and forth a couple of times and the before and after is crazy. It looks so much better. Now this honestly feels like an ad for Scotch-Brite, but I just love using this product. You can also use it on other parts of the bike, but you just gotta be a little bit careful because you can scratch the parts a lot when using it. Some people like to use it on the engine, but just be careful when you use it. I would recommend to start out using it on the swing arm if you want to try it. Finally got the rear brake off the bike, and just check the difference between the Brembo rear brake and the original rear brake. It truly looks so much better. When rebuilding your bike, always prioritize the brake system. Buy a good brake disc and good brake pad. Don't slack on it, guys. The last part of the build is installing the graphics on the swing arm. Some people like using swing arm protectors, but unless it's a carbon swing arm protector, in my opinion, it doesn't make the bike look that much better. So we saved a little bit of money by not buying the plastic swing arm protector. The two final parts that I have not counted in yet is the plastics kit and the wheel graphics. Total amount spent is now at 2,425 euros, and this is how the bike turned out. There are maybe some parts that I forgot to count, but that's roughly how much you have to spend for your bike going from this to this. Now let me know what you thought about this video. Are there any parts that you would have bought instead? And please let me know what you guys want to see in the next video. I always try to read all the comments. Thank you guys also for 100k. I don't say it enough, but thank you guys for always supporting me. You guys are truly the best. Wait. Before clicking off the video, I started making seat covers, and you guys have to see the before and after of this seat cover that I did. Looks crazy, right? I created an Instagram, Red Rum Seat Covers. I'll be posting a lot more content, so go follow, show some love. Let me know what you thought about this video, and until next time, it's been Gebel, and I'm out.